In these examples, we are introduced to events involving the phrase or. And an or event means where one event or another event or successive events can occur. So for this first example, it states, what is the probability of rolling a 4 or a 5 on a fair die? And of course, here's this phrase or. So to be able to determine this probability, I'm just going to write this probability. I'm going to phrase it like this. The probability of rolling 4 or a 5. So the probability of rolling a 4 or a 5, we simply determine the individual probabilities. So this is going to be equal to the probability of rolling a 4 plus the probability of rolling a 5. So the probability of rolling a 4, well, that's 1 out of 6. There are 6 values on a die. The probability of getting a 4, that's 1 out of 6. The probability of rolling a 5, well, that's also 1 out of 6. So then what's the probability of rolling a 4 or a 5? Well, then we just simply add the two probabilities together. So that's going to be 1/6 plus 1/6. That's 2/6. And of course, that's 1/3. And we know that to be 33.33%. It's the same idea for this next example. What is the probability of randomly drawing a king or a queen from a well-shuffled standard deck of playing cards? And of course, a king or a queen, here we are right here. So to write this phrase out, I can write it as the probability of drawing a king or queen. How about that? That's going to be equal to the probability of drawing a king. We just determine the individual probabilities. Plus the probability of drawing a queen. Now there are 52 cards in a deck of playing cards, and there are 4 kings, so the probability of drawing a king, that's 4 out of 52. Probability of drawing a queen, that's also 4 out of 52. So then the probability of drawing a king or a queen, we simply add their probabilities. 4 out of 52 plus 4 out of 52, that's 8 out of 52. Which we can simplify as 2 out of 13, which is approximately 15.38%. Now, if we notice something about these examples here, the probability of rolling a 4 or the probability of rolling a 5 or any successive rolls of a die, none of these can occur at the same time. In other words, I can't roll a 4 and a 5 simultaneously at the same time. This same goes for this example down here. When I draw a card, if I want to know the probability of drawing a king or a queen, I can't get a king or queen simultaneously on the same card. So these types of events are known as disjoint events. I'm just going to write it right here. And since they're known as disjoint events, they cannot happen simultaneously. We can simply say that the probability of A occurring or B occurring is going to be equal to the sum of their individual probabilities. The probability of A plus the probability of B. And there you go.